All right, YouTube, what is going on? It is Zaya here from Zaya&TheSteelers back with another video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the breaking news, the earth-shattering news as the AFC North, the entire division, is going to be on Hard Knocks this season. And of course, the Steelers are in the AFC North, so we had to talk about it, man. If you guys are Steelers fans or you enjoy NFL content in general, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Shout out to the people who have subscribed already. And shout out to the future subscribers, man. Also, let's get a shout out to the members. And also, let's get a shout out to the 1:30, 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time crowd, because that is the time I'm going to be uploading this, man. Not to dox myself, not to whatever, but that is late as hell. I worked pretty late today. And bro, when I say I was literally leaving the house on the way to work when this news dropped. Literally it could have dropped 5-10 minutes beforehand, and I promise you I would have busted out a video for it, because this is actually really exciting, because not only is it the debut of the Steelers, but fam, we have been asking for this for so fucking long, man. I know there's the consensus of it's a distraction. That's what everybody says. They don't want it in their locker room, and we've been such a good team. It's really only for the bad teams, and that once again goes to reiterate just how much, the Steelers have been dominant. We've seen the Ravens on it before. I think the Ravens were on it coming off a Super Bowl, but who gives a fuck about them, right? We've seen the Bengals been on it before because they've been asked a ton of the time. And same thing with the Cleveland Browns, man. I want to say they got Hard Knocks after having the 0-16, 0-17, never won a game, never won the AFC North season that they, typically have. So for us, it's really going to be our first time on it. And we've had, a pretty good social media team recently. I shouldn't say recently, maybe we always have, but I've just kind of been paying more attention to the Steelers social media, just overall, our actual page. And our team is very good. We get extra content all the time. But having something like this, if you guys have ever seen Hard Knocks, there's really nothing like it. And so to have the entire division, that's going to be, interesting. Typically, it's for one team. I know they've been doing this whole middle of the season thing before. I want to say the Colts have been on it before in the middle of the season. With the Jets were they were the team last year at the beginning of the year, in the preseason stuff. And then I think the Cowboys also got it in the middle of the season too. And you can see this is the first time the NFL will follow an entire division. It will debut on Tuesday, December 3rd on HBO. So if we look at December 3rd, I want to say that's around mid-ish season to late in the end of the season. And what do we know about the Steelers, man? What has been the story about the Steelers for so fucking long, bruh? At least the past couple of seasons, it's we start off pretty bad or we start off pretty good, and then by the middle of the season, it's fire Mike Tomlin, we're falling apart, the Steelers way is gone, we have no chance, we have no hope, and then all of a sudden we just rattle shit off, man. We just start rattling off W's, we rattle off fucking post-game quotes, we rattle off records and shit like that, and now we're going to see Hard Knocks literally capture Mike Tomlin not having a losing season again, man. Now, of course, I would love for this season to just be a cakewalk. I would love for this season to have no drama. I would love for us to just, go 11-5 or 12-4 or something like that and do it normally. But we all know it's not going to happen like that. And so to have these cameras following us around, to have the cameras following around the entire division, because for as much shit as I talk, man, let's be honest, and hopefully Ravens fans, Bengals fans, Browns fans, Steelers fans, hopefully we can kind of all come together for this. It could only be the AFC North, man. It really could only be the AFC North. You look at the other divisions, maybe the NFC East, but the NFC East, as a whole, not to just shit on the NFC East, but Washington hasn't really been the best team. The Giants, they kind of go through their struggles. And then Philly and the Cowboys, they are good, now, but, other times they've been, terrible. And they're good now. We look at that division, it's okay. And then the NFC South, who even plays in that division? NFC North probably would be pretty cool as well. What they have the Lions and Packers and Vikings and who else? Lions, Packers, Vikings, and Bears. And they just got Caleb Williams. Maybe that would be a cool division series. And we'll have to see how this actually does following a whole division. But at the end of the day, man, the AFC North is the best division in football, and it could only be the AFC North. How exciting is it gonna be, man, when we see Mike Tomlin in the locker room just absolutely, we got to see it with that Antonio Brown live stream one time on Instagram. Man, we're going to have actual, unsolicited, live camera footage into it, because I know it's the cameras are on, so we're going to lie. I know the cameras are on, so we're going to hype it. But like, can we be on? Like, this is the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. This is Mike Tomlin leading the fucking charge. Do you really think we're gonna dress it up for the cameras? Do you really think we're gonna do that? I know some people out there think that, I know that that's what they think we're gonna do, but I promise you, man, like this is gonna be very special, and I hope we get like a majority of the footage, man, at the end of the day, because we're exciting, man. I really think we are an exciting team. And once again, I really am excited to see this. If you guys have ever seen Hard Knocks, it really is, one of the best sports shows ever, probably. And I want to say, like, as of recent, it's kind of taken, some criticisms just for like having it in the beginning of the season, in the middle of the season. It's like, oh, it's a money grab. And like I said, when people try to dress it up and pretend like for the camera, versus like what's actually happening, it can be viewed as a distraction. And maybe we like the last thing we need is more distractions when we look at what's going on now with like the Cameron Hayward situation and the Najee Harris situation, which really might not even be distractions. Like, we're just bored and, like, we're just looking for shit to talk about. So maybe that's not even a distraction. But this could potentially be one. And if we don't end up having a winning season, if this is the season to finally do it, then we already have a scapegoat, bro. Like, that's so fire. I know I just let it rain just now with the gunshots, but I just thought of that live on the fly, bro. If Mike Tomlin, if we don't have a good season this year, if we finally have that losing season, bro, we're blaming Hard Knocks, man. How much help does Mike Tomlin need, man? Like, that is the ultimate buffer. That is the ultimate, like, asterisk right there, man. Because I'm gonna get it off. We're gonna get it off. That, like, if it happens now, it's because of those fucking cameras, bro. All four of these teams, man. Like, I can see the future. Like, that's so Raven. Like, I can fucking see it already when one of these teams falls, when one of these teams collapses. Maybe it's the Bengals because of how much hype they, have versus like, where they actually are. Maybe people are kind of starting to catch on to it, but there's a lot of stuff happening in Cincinnati right now that like isn't particularly the best. They're losing a lot of players. They're kind of struggling to figure out how they're going to pay everybody. And, maybe they're going to use the Hard Knocks scapegoat if they don't end up winning. Same thing with Cleveland. Like, I know they suck and like, it is what it is, but they do have some pretty high expectations going into the season. And so if they end up collapsing, maybe, they blame that. The Ravens, same thing. Like, they're coming off an AFC championship appearance and, they couldn't get the job done. And so if they don't, repeat that, if they don't even go farther than what they did last year, maybe they can point to the Hard Knocks cameras as a scapegoat. And then, like I already mentioned, that same thing with us, we can definitely use that as the ultimate scapegoat because for 17 years, man, Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. And so if it happens now, we all know it was Hard Knocks, bro. We all know what's going to happen. I am just like, I don't know, maybe I'm like too excited for this, and maybe as a Steelers fan specifically, I'm like holding out too much hope that, of how much camera time we're actually going to get. Not to say because, this is a big NFL fan in general. This is a big NFL in general kind of show. But, the Steelers are in here, so I'm definitely going to be looking for, Steelers content, of course. But I love Hard Knocks, and I know it's going to be really good, especially following the AFC North once again. And I want to say, too, that we have our divisional games pretty late, at least as far as the Steelers. And so these episodes, I've never seen the middle of the season ones. Like, I won't lie. I didn't see the Colts one. I didn't see the Cowboys one in the middle of the season. So I don't know exactly how it's dressed up. But I can imagine, like, when it's like Steelers versus Ravens or Ravens versus Browns here and late in the season, like, we're going to get like literally both sides of like how they're preparing for the game. And that's just going to be awesome to see, man. Like, at the end of the day, this is what we want. And, we just love content, man. At the end of the day, we love football content. Football, like the NBA Finals just happened. Shout out to the Boston Celtics for winning a championship. Like, congratulations. But here I am talking about Hard Knocks and it appearing in the middle of the season, a whole division. And you know what, man? I'm sticking by it, man. Like, we care more about this than we care about the NBA right now, bro. And maybe I'm biased once again. Maybe I, just because I don't like Boston, I'm not a Boston Celtics fan. Like, maybe that's why I don't care. Like, if the Pacers won, maybe I would give a shit more. But this to me takes the cake. Like, this is way bigger news than Boston Celtics winning the NBA championship. But maybe I'm just hating. But yeah, like I said, like this is gonna be sick. This is really gonna be sick. And I do have a comment from so I made this post, right? Absolutely hate when this things like this happen when I'm going to work, but exciting. Big Truz, we're gonna talk about this tonight. Big Truz, I followed through with it, man. Like I said, shout out to the 2 a.m. audience because that's when it's going up. I'm not waiting. I'm not 12 hours later, man. That's when we out. And shout out to the Lyft driver, as I mentioned this a little bit ago. Shout out to the Lyft drivers and the Uber drivers because I definitely have some of you guys on my on like my subscription list. I'm also just realizing this is in the screenshot, like live on the fly. Got to be more careful with these posts, man. Don't want to be doxing myself. But anywho, right? So I posted this. I'm just so real, guys. Like, I promise. Like, I'm the realest one. I'm the realest YouTuber. You guys know, man. So I posted this, right? And then it got a comment. One of the comments was from Sleeping Lady 22 or 2778. Shout out to them. It's only exciting for the fans who can afford the premium cost to watch, period. Sleeping Lady 2778, when I tell you I am going to watch and record it and literally upload it to YouTube, and unless they fucking literally strike the video down from YouTube itself, whether they take the monetization, because they're gonna, and I'm not even monetized yet, whether like if they don't prevent me from uploading it, wink, 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 I'm telling you, I'm going to upload it. So I won't leave you guys out there to dry. I know we all can't afford it, especially like with the NFL Pass, with like all this, like the fucking different streaming services you need to watch the NFL. I know this shit is expensive. I know this shit is adding up, and this is going to be on HBO, which is a subscription in itself. And so, you know, I know not everybody is going to be able to watch it, but Sleeping Lady 2778, if you're out there, let me give this a heart. If you're out there, I promise you, like, I won't let you guys down. Like, I am going to be like, so without telling on myself, without, you know, fucking whatever, like, I promise you I'm going to be uploading footage from the show to the channel, man, because we got to watch this together, bro. Like, we really got to lock in here and watch it. And like, that's just like a new thing too. I'm realizing on the fly, like, this is going to be sick for me to like live react to it. Cause of course you guys are going to be able to see the video or the show as well. Like if you're able to, right? Like, you guys are gonna be able to watch it. But I'm gonna like have my first reactions of everything on the videos for you guys. And like I said, Hard Knocks, if you've ever seen it, man, like, this is a really, really, really good show, bro. Like, it really is. Especially like, once again, even if you don't like football, I feel like I've shown it to like my mom before, or like, you know, someone who's not necessarily a football fan, and it's just like really interesting to see like everything that goes into it, especially too, like, we catch it in the beginning of the season, but by the middle of the season, like, this is going to be completely different. By the middle of the season, like, we're talking about teams looking for playoff spots. We're talking about teams trying to, you know, get that win, trying to get that divisional win, as all of our games all of our games in our division come later in the season. Like, it's going to be a grind, man. And like I said, I am very, very, very excited for this. I don't think it can be like understated how excited I am to actually watch this, especially because it is the Steelers. I've been praying that the Steelers would get in on the Hard Knocks, but I just know because of how good we've been and like how much of a distraction it can be, it typically wouldn't happen. I bet, you know, the Steelers had to sign off on it, but low key, like, if they would have asked us one-on-one if we wanted to do this, I bet we would have said no. I bet we had nothing. Like, the NFL themselves, like, they just fucking stepped in and were like, hey, Cincinnati, hey, Cleveland, hey, Pittsburgh, hey, Baltimore, like, you guys are going to be on Hard Knocks. And they instantly hung up because they knew Mike Tomlin was going to be like, absolutely fucking not. Like, we're blacking out the cameras or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had to have made this decision and got out. You know, man, I don't, like I said, we're so real on this channel. You ever like be at work and, you know some shit, like, you just do some shit and then you get the fuck out of there? I know it happens all the time. It's not just me who does this, okay? Like, let's be honest. Or you ever do some shit and then just run off, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's exactly what the NFL did, because they knew Mike Tomlin was not having it. I'm sure Jim Harbaugh was not having it, or John Harbaugh, whichever one it is in Baltimore. I'm sure Zach Taylor is the Bengals coach. I'm sure he wasn't having it. And then the Cleveland Browns coach, is it Kevin? I don't think it's Kevin Stefanski, man. It might not be Kevin Stefanski. I might be a casual on that. But if it is, you know, well, actually, the guy just won Coach of the Year, didn't he? And I don't even know who the coach is. That just shows how Mickey the Browns are, man. But if it's not Stefanski, who cares? Like, I'm sure they weren't the most excited, because we are a real division outside of Cleveland. We are like a real football division, and like, we try really hard and we do really well. But like I said, for like the AFC Souths of the world, AFC Souths of the world, or like the NFC Easts of the world, like, I'm sure they would have been. I'm sure the Cowboys and like Eagles and Giants and Washington, I'm sure they were campaigning to get this in their division. Like, we didn't even want the shit, but because we're so real, because we are so like elite, because we are such good of a division, like the NFL, you know, if we're gonna have, you know, one division be on Hard Knocks, this is the time to do it, man, and this is the division to do it. So overall points, like I said, I am excited to see this. It is going to be must-see TV, and I want to leave this video here to kind of end it here. All right, I want to kind of end it here. Mike Tomlin, when the Hard Knocks cameras come around, if you guys don't remember this clip, then like, let me kind of refresh your memory real quick. Mike Tomlin, when the Hard Knocks cameras come around.
I'm winning. Let's go for the win, man.
I'm fucking working.
I'm fucking working.
I'm winning. Let's go for the win, man.
I'm fucking working.
I don't remember what game this was. I want to say this was like 2022, maybe. Kenny Pickett's first year. I believe this was that time in 2022. And like I say, we know Mike Tomlin is all business. We know Mike Tomlin isn't with that distraction shit for as much, you know, shit as people give him. Like, you know, he's no nonsense. And so it's going to be interesting. Like I said, it is going to be very interesting. And so with all that said, let me know down in the comments if you guys are excited to watch this. Let me know like what you're looking forward to seeing, man. But yeah, I think that is going to do it for me. Once again, shout out to you guys who catch this on the notification wave. Like I said, because I don't know, I'm weird, man. I don't like I don't like not uploading some shit. I don't like holding on to it, you know? Like, I just like, you know, I get on here, no plan of what I'm going to say, just no script. I just get on here, tell y'all how I'm feeling about the Steelers, and we let that shit just go. Sometimes I don't even watch the shits. I'll probably watch this one because I kind of feel like I'm cooking, but other times, like, I feel like, man, this video sucks. Like, I'm just going to upload it and close my eyes, you know? Like, sometimes I be doing that, and so I don't like waiting on stuff. So regardless of how the 2 a.m. uploading affects the initial hit of it, fuck it, man. Because like I said, we're a family. We do this all. And like the moment I got home, man, I'm telling you, as soon as I got here, like I haven't showered yet. I still got to shower. I still got to eat. I still got to do so much stuff before I have to go to sleep for work tomorrow. But like I said, I wanted to get this shit off because I am actually very excited. So with all that said, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. And if you're excited to watch this Hard Knocks with me, be sure to hit that subscribe button again. You guys know I'm just so bad at outros, man. I just cannot do it. I just got to hit stop recording sometimes. Like, I can't do it. So I will see you guys tomorrow or, you know, whenever. Also, gonna, you know, very late do this, but the Brandon Ayuk, he's available again. You know, I almost made it through an entire video without mentioning a Brandon Ayuk trade, but man, maybe we'll trade for Brandon Ayuk. Who knows? Anyways, peace out, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.